Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. In this panel, we have four panelists, and that's their name and positions. The aim of the panel is to discuss the role of international investment and international investment companies in the agriculture sector, as well as how we can attract more investment and how we are marketing the domestic products. As well as we're gonna discuss the success points and their challenge at the same time. Thank you so much for joining us for this panel. And now I would like to hear an introduction about your activities and how did you how did you learn about Kyrgyzstan and how did you decide to invest? But firstly, I will start with Ms. Maika to tell us more about her success stories in matchmaking and bringing investors from Netherlands to KRG. She had a proactive role in matchmaking Dutch investors with Kurdish investors. Please, Ms. Maika.
Yeah, okay. So, maybe I can start we are working with Mrs. Bergar on a joint advisory committee program to improve the policy of agri in the Kyrgyzstan sector, in the Kyrgyzstan region. So it's more that we are try to do it on different levels. So we have a government-to-government level. We do it with the Minister of Agri. So we bring Dutch experts to the Kyrgyzstan region. They are scoping, they're studying the whole agri sector in the Kyrgyzstan region. And now we are working on a strategy policy paper to guide the Kyrgyzstan government how to improve their agri sector.
Can you please name of some successful matchmaking projects?
Some successful matchmaking, I think that's the start because there still has to be done a lot. Yeah. But of course we have some successful matchmaking projects as well, like Mr. Bashar just told about the potato processing factory in Rufia. So it's a 50% funded project by the Netherlands and 50% by the Kyrgyzstan company. So it's a private public partnership. Yeah. So at the end it will create like 8,000 job opportunities. It will contribute to many small farmers. So it's capacity building and it's investment.
So far, number of the successful matchmaking?
How many? I can mention another project. We as well have an horticulture project. So we started 2 demonstration farms to see in the field of horti how to innovate and how to grow other crops than always the tomatoes and the cucumbers and the watermelons. So we have like small cherry tomatoes with as well a rucola salad. On that we are working as well. And we have the goats, and we have the Dutch cows, and we have the glass houses, as you saw in the distribution center. So we have many projects. But what I say, we focus, or our priority is that policy paper, the guidance for the coming 5 years. I think if that's all set, then there will come many more investors from all over the world.
Yes, when the policy and the direction is clear, then then everything else is clear. So thank you so much for the introduction. So coming to Mr. Bassam, if you could also give us an introduction about your Lebanese company. How did you find about Kyrgyzstan? How did you decide to invest in Kyrgyzstan? And what's your company doing?
In fact, the Bani Agri, the Lebanese company, was established in Lebanon in 1952. So we are almost with 70 years experience in different countries in the region. In particular, in Kyrgyzstan, we started in 2005. We definitely know that Iraq in general and Kyrgyzstan in particular is fertile land, and it is agricultural society and community. That's why we decided to invest here in Kyrgyzstan. We are here 40 person in Kyrgyzstan investing. Our investment is divided into main, segments. We have our trial station to introduce the new varieties of seeds and fertilizer and pesticides in our trial stations in order to be ready for the Kyrgyzstan market. And other part of our investment is we are giving guidance to the farmers on the field. We have more than 20 engineers scattered all over Kyrgyzstan area, giving the advice to the farmers and give them the guidance and the proper timing for pesticide application, fertilizers, and the seeds in order to maximize the benefit of their land.
Yeah, so Mr. Bassam's company is giving technical advices and seeds to the farmers. So that's the initial part. And let's go to speaking with Mr. Payam Naqshbandi, that he is also leading a German company investment project, which is doing international export. So could you please let us know more about your activities and what have you been done previously?
Sure, thanks for this opportunity. I'm working for MG International Transport, which is a logistical company since 1970s. We are specialized in agriculture, especially agricultural equipment like shovels, whatever you need for the agriculture, for the ground. And I would like to start with the point that, as per my experience, I've been working with this company for the 11 years. We've been only importing, not exporting. So basically, we're bringing our trucks for the fertilizers, for the agricultural equipments and machines, but we never exported anything out of KRG.
What's the reason for that?
The reason for that, of course, the agriculture sector, of course, was not strong enough, first of all. But we, for example, a truck will cost you $2,000 from Istanbul to here, but to ship it back, it can only cost you like $1,000 or less. So why sending a truck empty back to Turkey? Why not filled up with with the local pomegranate or the corns? Kyrgyzstan is very famous for corns, and also the fertilizers. I mean, we have the Dutch, Netherlands, of course, the experience of how to do it. We have the machines, and now we have also support. We have to support the farmers. It's the first stage that we have to do. Give the farmers what they need. Give them land, give them machines, and give them support. Give them also the experience. Teach them. Young generation is what we need. And of course, Kurdish culture is filled with the experience of the agriculture as well. This is not something new for us.
Yeah.
We just have to,
how large is your investment in terms of money?
Sorry?
Large your investment is?
The large of investment, it could be small things. It doesn't have to be like money. It could be basically a piece of land. It could be some machines, that what we have done before, Toyota, before they have spread the pickup trucks for the farmers. Well, this is something nice. And now we have to give them not only pickup trucks, also give them some harvesting machines. This is what they need. And also give them the experience how to plant it. Potatoes, for example. We don't have to bring potatoes from outside. Eggs, come on. What about the corns? The corns, Kyrgyzstan is like, when you go to Suleymaniye or when you go to Dohuk, used to be filled with the, sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds, you can use it for, I'm sure that also this gentleman here, he agrees with me, that you can use it for oil, for many other, methods, basically.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Mr. Sterling, your company is producing some types of agriculture products. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes. So our company is partly owned by a private American company that's been in the agriculture industry for 7 generations, and then working in cohorts with the local company as well. And so our desire is to see you guys as a whole learn from mistakes that we've gone through in America. In America, going back about 120 years ago, there was a flood of people from the farmlands into the city. And so in that period, we had to create larger machines to try to keep up with agriculture demand. But the perception of agriculture as an industry was it's something of the past that we're moving away from. And so for a long time, it was hard to find employees that wanted to work in the agriculture industry. And so the perception had to shift to begin to think of agriculture as the center of the future. It's not something that we've grown past and now we have cities, but it is the way the city moves forward is through agriculture. And so in particular, our American company is focused on turf grass production. So high quality grasses for soccer fields, for gardens, for parks. And so we wanted to help bring that here and connect with local companies here to provide FIFA certified grass. Because we know when we look at air quality, a small 25 square meter patch of grass will purify oxygen for 4 adults every hour. It's very important for air quality. The amount of turf grass that we have can increase rainfall. Yes, you have to water it, but with good watering practices, your temperature lowers and your rainfall increases. And so we wanted to help create some of these green spaces here, but we don't want to just do that. We know that there's many opportunities, especially in small fruits. Here, you can grow strawberries, you can grow blackberries. And so we just 4 months ago planted the first ever blackberry field here.
Blackberries make you smart, huh?
So a blackberry tutor. And so we want to help connect and bring these opportunities here because you can not only grow them to eat them, but the small fruit market is very profitable right now for exporting around the Middle East. And so there's opportunities, especially in those sectors. And so we want to help connect and provide, whether it's machinery or knowledge, to work together because maybe we have the knowledge of how to do this in America, but the soil here is different. And so we need to work together to learn.
Yeah.
And so there's universities in America that would like to help with those things because it provides research that they want to do and provides benefit to you. And so really, our company wants to just be an aid, a help in the agriculture sector.
Thank you so much. So now we are going to focus on your company in the cycle of the value chain of the development and see which part is missing for your company to be sustainable and make a efficient improvement. So if you please let us know about the missing parts in the value chain.
In fact, our company weakness is like the farmers. If the farmer is happy and making money, all the cycle already completed. As we are giving the farmers, providing him with advices and high quality products, and he's able to increase his yield and have a competitive product, so he is able to sell his product at good price. Which needed is the protection from the imported products, which is could be of advantage due to the high yield. Thus, our role now is to increase the yield on the production per unit and reduce the cost in order to give him the competitiveness.
Perfect. And Ms. Micah, what are the sectors, the productions that do you vision Kyrgyzstan to work on? What are the investment opportunities that you want to, you think that we really need to urgently focus on?
Yeah, I think there's still an institutional weakness, or there should be the business climate, investment climate should be improved, or it should be the legal aspects, but also the investment. How do you say that? Yeah, that it attracts foreign investors to come to the Kyrgyzstan region.
Yeah.
So it should be more stable. It should be more all guided.
What investment opportunities do you see in terms of agriculture?
Yeah, I see many investment opportunities, of course.
Such as?
Such as, I believe we as the Netherlands, we are the second biggest exporter of fruits and vegetables all over the world. America's number one. Then we are a very small country, and our climate and our soil is even not that good as here in the Kyrgyzstan region. So I think the Kyrgyzstan region should be on the second place, as long as they professionalize and if they really focus on their agriculture sector. So it's in many factors. It's in the dairy sector. So why are we still drinking here powder milk and not fresh milk from Dutch Kurdish cows? Or why do we still eat so many products from Turkey and from Iran if we can produce them ourselves here? So yeah, it's horty, it's dairy, it's poultry, it's potatoes, it's everything.
Thank you so much. And Mr. Payam, how do you find it if we produce this production, how easy it is to Kyrgyzstan access to the international markets to market their products?
Of course, it's very easy.
Is there any study? Sorry.
What I would like to address this subject to the authorities here. It's very important to do zero export tax for these local vegetables or whatever.
I've heard that the export process takes ages and then you lose the client.
Exactly,
outside,
exactly. So, for example, when you do transportation, normally you have the documentation, which is the CMR. You got a packing list, you got the commercial invoice, you got the certificate of origin, you got the certificate of conformity, These certificates, we have to cut it down. And I would like to address this to Her Excellency, Ms. Berger here, that if we apply zero tax and very smooth export process, especially for the local products, for the vegetables, for whatever you would like to export, especially pomegranate, for example, is the season now from Halabja Shahid. And if you basically provide a proper packing and, some sort of Ministry of Agriculture permission,
that should be enough.
Within a few hours you should be able to export your product, and you can put it in an international market. You can put it in Mersin, for example, and ship it outside to anywhere you like. If you bring it to the Mersin, you can ship it to, for example, to Europe, to America, to Africa, to anywhere you like. We get in banana here, right? This banana is not coming from here. This banana is coming from far away from here.
Yeah.
Through what? Through the shipping companies, which is the bill of lading. You make you make a bill of lading and you ship it. Yes. And you can do it by pallets. You can do it slowly. You can do it very slowly.
They just
by
make
pallets
it
and containers. Yeah, you can put them in a 40 feet refrigerated containers because we have very hot weather coming in summer.
Yes.
And in summer it could be quite hot. The vegetables and the fruits could be easily destroyed. So if you do a proper packing and a proper shipping and containerized, then
so the location of Kyrgyzstan is accessible to the Middle East and the Europe easily and quickly.
Very easy, as per my experience. Very easy, unless government puts obligations for us. This is not going to be easy.
Less.
But if government support us to export, this is going to be very, very profiting for KRG. And we are talking about, if government says 10 years, no tax for export. After 10 years, you can even charge the investors, whoever is harvesting. It could be private sector. It could be anyone. It doesn't have to be government. It could be one great farmer with a great experience who is planting some pomegranate and would like to ship it to Africa, for example. To Europe. In Europe, I know that many people they ask for such a great pomegranate here and corns and etc.
We pay €2 for one pomegranate in Europe.
Yeah.
Yes. So even not the quality of the ones of Halabja.
That's right.
Mr. Sterling, what's missing from developing your business and make it bigger and touching more activities in your company and investment project?
In particular for turf grass, one of the obstacles we face is specialized equipment. And the other one is newer herbicides and fungicides. For specific turf grasses, they all have different fungicides, herbicides that work well for them. And here in most of the local shops, they don't have those products. And some of that is because there hasn't been a market for it. And so helping show that there is a market for green spaces, for turf grass in particular, and to raise the quality to FIFA standard, some of those products need to be available here, and right now it's just expensive to get them here. They're not available. And so that's been one thing that's been hard for us on the turf grass side, is being able to have the quality that we know we can produce. It just takes more time when you don't have the right ingredients. It's still possible, but the production time takes longer, and the work becomes more strenuous. And so the access to the herbicides, fungicides, and then something called micronutrients. So micronutrients, so we talk about, we want to take care of the land, not just for right now, but 100 years from now, 200 years from now. And so how are we rebuilding the nutrients within the soil? There's many in Europe and in America now that are like microbiomes that we talk about within our own stomach that are healthy. Those things are available that help the quality and the speed of production in all of these facets of agriculture that right now we don't have here because they require being cold. And so they have to be made and kept at a certain temperature and then applied quickly. But the application is maybe 1 spoonful for 400 liters. So here, to be able to produce those things in country would increase the production and quality of every aspect of whether it's fruits, vegetables, trees, flowers, everything can benefit from that.
So now I would like to hear the challenge that makes the development successful, and also I would like to hear your recommendations, and then we will hear questions from the participants. So Mr. Bassam, if you...
Regarding recommendations, I think Kyrgyzstan region, we have the human resources, we have the fertile land, we have the nice weather conditions. So I think we have all the elements to have a high quality product exportable, not only for the local market, but exportable. That's why my advice is to the Kyrgyzstan farmers to focus on the quality, final product quality. That's why he needs to start using the high quality inputs from seeds, fertilizers, environmental friendly pesticides and herbicides, because these are the basic elements. Without having this high quality product, will not be able to export, because the rules and restrictions in the worldwide regarding the residues and etc. is very tough. Without having these high quality and environmental friendly products, he will not be able to export. And this will give an added value, because competition on the price only is a lose situation. But when we have a high quality product, we'll be able to compete at higher level and to target a niche markets instead of targeting the mass production markets.
Thank you so much. Ms. Marka, what can we do to make that happen?
We can do many things, but I think it's important that you see it in an integrated way. We always say you have to see it from the farm to the fork, so the whole process from
should be studied.
Growing, but as well to make young people, or to innovate, or to make young people more enthusiastic about the agri-sector, because there's so many job opportunities. It's so nice to work actually in this sector, because you're contributing to your own food security and your food safety. So. And it's not just the hard work in the farm, it's also the logistics and the distribution and the storage. A lot of IT, if you see in the Netherlands, all those glass houses, it's all IT-minded, and there's not hard work in the field anymore. So I think we should see it from a broader perspective, and not just about the seeds or about the field, the soil or whatever, but see it in an integrated way.
So you advise us to do a value chain study per product.
Per product, yes, as well, but also see the whole agri-sector as a whole, and not just some aspects of it. And work on it in that policy paper come back to the policy. No, I think the vision should be clear. Then we can work from that on. If we're just picking some parts, then at the end we won't succeed.
The macro part of the economy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What about what can be done to...
I'll make it easy, okay? The agriculture doesn't happen in one day. It's not like any other business. It's not like oil and gas. It's not like, let's say, health sector to say, I bring this equipment and everything will be fine. When we talk about agriculture, we talk about future. And the future, it could be a year. It's like your garden in a house. Like, look at your garden. When you make your garden, first you only have the soil. Then you think, you say, okay, I want orange, then I want apple, I want this, I want this, I want that. So today, we are in January 2022. Let's think about January 2023, for example. You say, okay, and after 1 year, I would like to have this in my garden. And Kyrgyzstan is our garden, to be honest with you. And as Micah mentioned here, it's very rich. Our land is very rich. Let's use it, and let's use it properly. Let's not make a mess. Let's make a proper assessment of the ground. Let's use IT. Let's use the glasses. Let's use these fiber houses. Let's also use this. It's a very important point I would like to mention here. Let's use solar. We don't have to bring a generator to provide this. If we use solar and make a glass house and then fertilize whatever we want, this is the future. And we are talking about feeding the poor, which we have poverty, strong poverty, and we have to finish that. And what happens, if you farm well, you can easily feed the poor with the potatoes. If you have potatoes, then you're not hungry, for example. If you have strawberry and berries, then you're not hungry. Then you don't have to work. And farmers, they can even export. When you export, you make a lot of money. And this money you can reinvest for whatever the sector you would like to do it.
It is.
Yeah.
Let's focus first on our own Kyrgyzstan. Or
Correct.
import, yeah?
Correct.
Before going to the next step to export.
Let's feed ourselves.
Yeah, feed ourselves first.
Let's feed ourselves, then later feed the world as well. As we have a strong land, and let's use it.
Yes.
Step by step. Yeah.
Step by step.
Mr. Sterling, same question to you.
Yeah.
And how do you find living in Kyrgyzstan as a general manager of an American investment company?
من زور دخوشم تو که بجیم لره. کردستان زور هسته کسی کردی زور باشن. اما هزار کانم و دو مندالم هیا. اما دجین لره و زور هزم لیا. Living here, it's a joy. We love being a part of the culture here. In the way that you value family, and you take pride in your culture and who you are. And I think for me, as I've watched some of our local employees, and particularly one, Kaksarut, when he began to not just understand what we were doing, but to own it himself, he kept saying again and again, "Shanazi bachumdakam, shanazi bachumdabim." I'm proud of my work because I made something beautiful with my hands. And the more that happened, the more he wants to work, the more ideas he has. And so as we think about the whole agriculture sector here, the more that happens, the further it's going to go. And I'm excited to see what is represented here on the stage and in this room, because I know you say, agar bitwe basara ibro, batiniyato. But agar dur buro, pekwa broi. And so if we want to go far, we go together. And so that's what we want to do. And so to see the partnership here and in the room, that happening step by step, we're able to produce not just what we need here in country, but then the next step, we're able to export. And so it's those step by steps, doing it together is what.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your advice to help each other together. Just one last question. I want to know how many people, local employees, do you have in your investment project right now? And your closing remarks.
In the Bani, we are 75 person. 2 of them only expats, and the remaining are all local.
Local, perfect.
Yes.
And the projects that you have supported, Ms. Micah?
The projects, yeah, no.
You can
As
tell
I
us the
mentioned, yeah, I thought that our consulate is quite small,
Yeah.
but we are all very motivated to contribute to this agri-sector, so we're
Thank you so much.
working full on it. But in the different projects, it's hard to say. With what I said with Mr. Bashar, at the end it will reach 10,000 small farmers and neopets. With our Iraqi horticulture program with Ms. Nama there, we're working as well. It will create many job opportunities, and or you would like to hear millions, or you would like to
No, I mean one project could hire
Oh,
1,000, and imagine 100 projects would
Yeah.
hire 1 million. So, Kakpam, how many employees does your company have?
We have 10 employees. Yeah.
Sorry.
We're not saying that we have hundreds. We used to have a lot of people working for us.
Okay.
But unfortunately, due to the COVID and economy and all of this, all the crisis that happening to Kyrgyzstan, we had to reduce it.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, we think this year is better. We already see a movement in the market, and hopefully, I mean, let's pray that it will be even better. You know, we have such a nice snow right now. We have water coming up, and this water, you know, when the snow is melting, it's going to be very benefiting the ground of Kyrgyzstan. And let's hope that this water is rahmat and it's mercy from God to for a new hope.
Thank you so much.
you're
Mr.
welcome.
Sterling, how many employees do you have?
Yeah. On a day-to-day basis right now, we have 8 employees that are working regularly. During March, April, May, into June, and then in the fall, that usually triples or quadruples in the peak season. Right now is the slower season for our industry. But step by step, that's why diversification, even within, say, types of strawberries, is important for us because that creates a longer work window. And so the more we have the different varieties of strawberries that grow at different times, or whatever fruit vegetable it is, then that employee window continues to grow with it, not just for selling, but for creating constant work. And so that's what we're trying to work towards. So I hope in a year we can say 50 or 60.
Thank you so much.
May
Ms. Micah,
I add one thing, please?
Yes, please.
If you invest in agriculture, you also make sure that everybody will have a job. I know many people, even they're in the business sector, they wish to be a farmer again. I know I have friends, even personally, I would like to be a farmer.
Yeah,
It's much fun and much easier.
Yeah.
You wake up in the morning, you plant your things, and you don't need anything else. You don't need technology, you don't need your phone, you don't need social media, whatever things that you're wasting your time on, to be honest with you. Because time is very valuable. And if you, for example, plant, you make sure that everybody will have a job. We have many young people right now, they don't have a job. If you plant, make sure that everybody will have a job.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ms. Micah. We've got 2 minutes. We just want to hear your the policy that you're working on and your message to the government. So in the next panel, they will be answering.
We're still working on that policy paper. Will be presented next Sunday, I believe, to the minister. So let's
What is it
keep it as
focusing?
a surprise.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay, it's fine. We have there is still a poor performance in the value chain, so that should be improved. What I said about the institutional weakness. But I don't want to focus on all the negative parts. We were getting there, but there are some things that should be changed,
Yes.
especially to bring foreign investors here. And of course, the natural conditions. Now, it's great that we have so much rainfall, but we have to think about the next generation, the future generation. How is it possible that still so many farmers just can dig a well in their garden? Or in their fields, and it affects, of course, the water level, or the groundwater level. So we have to be careful, and so we're focusing on agri, but as well on the water management part.
Yes.
And
It's very important.
yeah, I really believe in the agri sector in Kyrgyzstan. So we're getting there. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Allow me please to add something.
Yes,
again.
please.
First of all, I would like to thank Her Excellency and Mr. Mohammed for being part of this discussions. I'm traveling a lot all over Iraq and in particular in Kurdistan, and I noticed something is very special in Kurdistan. I saw so many investors without agriculture background willing to invest in agriculture, and this is a good sign. This is really a good sign because it means that there is an awareness that investing in agriculture is something profitable, and this will create a lot of opportunities. Yes. And we, as the Bani company, we are committed to invest in local people and training them. We had experience with Mr. Bashar in developing corn cultivation in Rovia area, and hopefully we will have in the future a big project also with Mr. Badruddin in training the team for the horticulture. So when we saw people with no agriculture background investing in agriculture is a good sign, and it's a promising sign.
Thank you so much. And now I would like to get some questions. بزحمة مايكك أقدر أزيد مبيدنا. نخير أدرس برسالك. كتاب يك برسال ورد قريم مبورن.
Yeah.
Hello. My question is to Ms. Mike Kaiser. First of all, we thank your country, Holland, for your help and support our farmers. And my question, Holland is famous in the agriculture. So,
Agriculture of flowers.
Agriculture of flowers as well, yeah.
Did you have any plan or in your plan? If you haven't, I will tell you, put it in your plan to support and help our farmers to transfer this know-how, how to aggregate and plant the flowers. This is a know-how, which Holland is famous for that. To Kurdistan, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. It's really nice that you're mentioning, because some weeks ago we even started our own rose farm in Suli area with the Dutch know-how about Dutch roses, and we will implement it here. So that's the first start, and I truly believe there will will be some next projects coming up.
By training or and workshop for our farmers during your consulate, and bring some people there which they have this experience to transfer for our farmers.
Okay, no, thank you for your advice. I will work on it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for speaking.
But there is another one.
But we are running out of time. Sorry.
Just one.
I'm sorry, we're running out of time. I really apologize.
Okay.
That's.
But he's just something. Just quick.
Oh, come on, get the farmer here.
Yeah, get the money.
Get the farmer here.
Vale.
بەڵام ئەو دەرمانەی کە ساڵانە لۆ ناو جاگۆری قڕغی باشتری بکە سار هەیە زۆر خراپە ساری شەیە باشە و دەرمانەکانیان و تۆیەکانیان زۆر باشن بە زۆر گرانن بڕێک ڕۆم بە فەلاح بکە.
It's just saying that the seeds are expensive, and I'm so sorry that we're running out of time.
Thank you very much for.
Okay. Yeah. I don't need to answer. No, it's more about, I don't know. Do I need to answer, or
He said the seed of the potato is expensive for us. That's the question. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening.